Imagine a soft, crawling caterpillar. It lives a simple life, eating, growing, crawling slowly over leaves. But inside this tiny creature is something extraordinary. One of the most mind-blowing transformations in the animal kingdom is about to happen. A transformation that science can describe but not explain why it happens the way it does. And more importantly, a transformation that points undeniably to intelligent design, to a creator. This is the story of the butterfly. It begins with a caterpillar. After hatching from a tiny egg, it spends its days consuming leaves, constantly growing. But as it grows, its skin doesn't stretch. It sheds, again and again. Then one day the caterpillar stops eating. It hangs upside down from a branch and begins forming a hard shell around itself. A chrysalis. Now here's where things get strange. Inside the chrysalis, the caterpillar completely dissolves. Scientists have cut open the cocoon, and what they found isn't just a curled up caterpillar waiting to unfold into wings. No, it becomes a kind of liquid, a protein-rich soup. Yes, a soup. The body breaks down into a near amorphous state. The nervous system, the legs, the eyes, all gone. Now pause for a moment. How can a creature dissolve its entire body and then somehow reorganize itself into a completely different animal with wings, eyes, a long curled tongue, and a functioning brain that can fly, navigate, and even remember things from before the transformation? This isn't simply growth. This is a complete pre-programmed disassembly and reconstruction, from crawling to flying, from chewing leaves to sipping nectar, from having several small eyes to large compound ones, from moving slowly to performing long-distance migration across continents. That's not evolution in real time. That's a miracle of design. And let's go deeper. Inside the caterpillar's body, before it even becomes a butterfly, there are clusters of cells called imaginal discs. These discs lie dormant while the caterpillar lives its life. But once inside the chrysalis, these cells wake up and begin the process of building a butterfly. They were always there, waiting, like a blueprint inside the caterpillar. But who placed that blueprint? Who told it when to activate? How did the caterpillar know it must build a cocoon at that exact stage of life? Ask any biologist. They will describe what happens. But no one can tell you how this process originated, or why it follows the same perfect sequence every time. If we saw a machine that dissolves and rebuilds itself into something entirely new, we would never say that happened by chance. So why do we say that about one of nature's most complex transformations? In the Quran, Allah says, "We will show them our signs in the horizons and within themselves until it becomes clear to them that it is the truth." The butterfly is one of those signs. Its very existence forces you to ask, who taught it to do this? What force programmed this process? Why does it never fail to execute these exact steps from species to species, generation after generation? This is not random. It is intentional. And consider this. The butterfly isn't a rare or isolated case. Across the earth, there are over 20,000 species of butterflies, each with its own shape, color, and pattern. Each begins as a worm. Each undergoes the same astonishing metamorphosis. In Surah Al-Ankabut, Allah commands, "Say, travel through the earth and observe how He began creation." We are told to explore, to observe, because the closer you look at creation, the less you can deny its designer. Now here's something even more fascinating. Some butterflies migrate thousands of kilometers. The monarch butterfly, for instance, travels from Canada to Mexico across multiple generations. No single butterfly makes the full journey. Yet each new generation continues the exact path. How? They've never seen the destination, yet they're guided to it. Where is this knowledge stored? Who programmed the direction? How do fragile wings survive storms and winds across entire continents? These are signs. The same way fingerprints reveal identity, these creatures reveal a God. But instead of reflecting, many ignore. They call it nature, chance, evolution. Yet no random process has ever been observed to create such complexity, let alone such beauty. Allah didn't create this just for survival. He created it as a reminder. In Surah An-Nahl, Allah says, "And He creates that which you do not know," meaning, what you see is only a fraction. There are signs around us that we still haven't discovered, and signs we have discovered but still don't reflect on. Even the caterpillar's transformation reminds us of something personal. We too are in constant transformation, from the womb to the cradle to youth, old age, and eventually death. And just as the caterpillar must dissolve before it becomes something greater, Sometimes we too must endure hardship before we grow. Our own transformation is spiritual. And like the butterfly, our end isn't death. It's only the beginning. If someone told you a car could turn into a jet by melting itself into a puddle, you'd laugh. Yet caterpillars do it every day. No engineer designed it. No AI programmed it. Only God, the one who creates from nothing, could make this real. Caterpillars aren't the only proof. Every creature points to God. The archerfish spits water bullets to knock insects from above. It calculates distance and refraction like a physicist, without ever going to school. The woodpecker smashes its head against trees over 12,000 times a day. It should have brain damage, but Allah gave it shock-absorbing skulls and strong neck muscles. Bees, mentioned in the Quran, make hexagonal hives. Why hexagons? Because it's the most efficient shape to store the most honey using the least wax. Even engineers admit, bees outperform them. What's the common theme in all these examples? None of these creatures chose their skills. They were born with them. And that means they came from someone who knew exactly what he was doing. Let's return to the butterfly. When it leaves the cocoon, it doesn't just fly. It pollinates flowers, supports ecosystems, and continues life itself. A creature once crawling on a leaf now gives life to entire forests. Subhanallah. Isn't that how Allah transforms us too? From weakness to strength. From crawling in, dunya, to flying toward Him. The Prophet Muhammad once said, Allah is more merciful to His servants than a mother is to her child. And just like the butterfly, your hardship might be part of your wings. So when you feel like you're breaking, remember, caterpillars break too. And Allah doesn't abandon them. He transforms them. Every creature is an ayah, a sign. And Allah asks us again and again, do they not look at the camels, how they are created? And in the earth are signs for the certain. And in yourselves, do you not see? You don't have to be a scholar to feel it. Sometimes all it takes is watching a worm turn into a butterfly. This is the message of the Quran. Not just rules, but has, but reminders. Not just stories, but signs. Signs that say, God is real, He is near, and He is capable of anything, even taking a worm and teaching it how to fly. If you found this as mind-blowing as I did, and you want to keep exploring more signs of God's creation with me, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. There are so many hidden miracles in this world. Let's uncover them together, one by one, inshallah.